Okay, so let's go to the entry floor, level 1. So I'm going to go to the ceiling plan, level 1. And again, you should have a different configuration here, but what I'm going to take care of is this area where the atrium is and the mezzanine, underneath the mezzanine. So we're going to do a ceiling. I'm going to make it also, just going to save the project. And you see, if I want to click there, it's understanding perimeters, including these walls here. So I want to stick to this. So I'm going to just say sketch ceiling. No, I'm going to do a polyline. I'm going to do an offset 8 inches. Let's see if it does it correctly. To the other side. So I press spacebar and I draw following the grids. 8 inches is the same as the slab. I'm going to stop it here as well. So I could go on. There you go. And here I'm going to say 0, no offset. So it's exactly associated to the wall, no? Say OK. This 10. I should have changed it before, but you can always change it afterwards. I don't want to be a compound ceiling. I'm going to use GWB, gypsum board. I'm going to make another camera to see what's happening here. Okay, if you remember, I did like a crazy roof here. I actually kind of like it in a way. I don't know where the water is going to be evacuated. That's in the story. I'm going to also do VV, visibility graphic, and get rid of the lines. They're green, so it's just the inside of lines. So those should start disappearing. And I'm going to do, you see how the ceiling is there? So I want to do the same edge here. I want to cover that, and then on top of that, in a future class, I'm going to do a railing. But we obviously cannot show that space between ceiling. Although you could do it if it's semi-open and it's more decorated. But in this case, I want to cover it because there's going to be some installations going along this side, and there's going to be like some inputs and outputs from the ceiling down here, so you can take care of this space as well. Okay, so it's the same thing we did before. It's a matter of doing partitions here and then start playing with align tool and and cutting here and there and separating layers in different ways. So I'm going to go level 1 composite, and I'm going to do walls, one-sided, the vertical ceiling that I did before, and that one's going to be exactly there, although it should be not core center line. I think it's finished face exterior. Let me see. Finished face interior. There. And go around the spaces. Oh, that should be chain, of course. And it's going from level 1 to level 2, so obviously we're going to have to fix all that problem. I'm snapping to the previously made ceiling. Okay, I'm going to stop here. And you should do the same here, of course. I won't have time to fix the overall. And escape there. Okay, so here's what happens if I go to the camera. I think it's 3. This is the partition. It goes from the level 1 to level 2. So we want to snap up all these partitions to the ceiling. So I think it's always best to work with section. That's why I recommend that you have a couple sections that you can move around, or just remember to move them back where they belong. Level 1, let me close everything else. And for example, I can use this section to fix that area right there. This is my partition, and it has to go to the end there, so it's the same. I have to align to this line, the bottom pops up, and let's see where the floor finishes there, so I have to actually move it to this point and select that one and taking it down, a notch. Actually, I have to take this one to the bottom side of the floor and taking up. Oh, remember, for the top, unfortunately, we have to select and make unconnected the top constraint, so we can take it down first, and then that side goes up. Okay. So it's a play of level 1, go into the sections, detecting where that partition is. There it is. And you start aligning properly your different ups. So that's crazy. I selected the floor and I'm aligning it to the top, so it's going to try to move the floor. So just Control C those things, just in case you made a big mistake. So here you just tap to select that area, pops up, select move, because you have to move it to that point, take down that detail. If it doesn't snap, just align it. And here we take down the whole thing, unconnected. I could have selected all the partitions and make all of them unconnected in the top, but just doing it one by one now. So let's go to the camera now and see what happens. So there you go, you have this clean side of the ceiling, and then there will be a nice railing that we will design here. Now, there were other areas where we have to solve this problem that I just solved for this specific case. So let's do at least a couple of them more and you understand the rest. Level 1. Actually, let me go to composite ceiling, close. So we have here, so we just need to move the section if we want to just check that area here and double click. And in this case we have the same. If we want a clean curtain wall here, we cannot go just with the ceiling straight ahead until the curtain wall. Normally you have this kind of detail that you move up and you leave the curtain wall independent, So you align it and tap there to the bottom and do the same as always. Move this one down, align, and unconnected, move down, move up. Okay, so that same thing, it's pretty much happening all around. I did this partition here. You have to go to the section and solve that specific issue here and here as well, and there. So I'm going to do the last one so you get to know. Here I can solve two of them. One is here, so you just do a line, tap, goes up. So I think, this one's strange. I'm going to solve the other one actually. Here, align to the top, tap, move MV here, align to the bottom of this little guy, and unconnected, take it all to the bottom of the floor and align to the top. Oops, align here this little guy, Good. Now I don't know what's happening here, but basically For some reason we cannot see this detail coming through. So, but anyway, you will do the same thing. I will double check now in a second and see what's happening. But you cannot have any of these partitions that we placed just a second ago. We cannot have them going down. Obviously, they are meant to solve this detail issue. By the way, all of these guys should go, now that I see, up here and then down here, of course, because it's metal stud and metal stud. No. Okay, let's see if we're lucky this time.